Mount Cooroora rises above the small hinterland town of Pomona. Standing about 439 metres above sea level, the mountain can be seen kilometres away from farms, forests and the valleys of the Sunshine Coast hinterland. What looks like an ancient mountain is actually the hardened lava core of an old volcano. And guess what I'm doing today? I'm climbing to the top. Morning.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good.
Millions of years ago, lava cooled inside the volcanic vent, while the softer rock around it eroded after time. Morning. The walk to the top is about 1.2 kilometres return. So that means about, no, that's not right, one way, 1.2 kilometres one way, which means about 2.5 kilometres return trip. It might look easy to start with, but this is actually quite a challenging climb as we head close to the top. Most hikers take about or between 1 or 2 hours return, and that depends on the weather. Well, today it's perfectly blue skies and sunny, and I might puff a lot. I believe the sign down there said that the first part of the walk is 600 metres and the last part, which is the steep rocky climb, is about 582 metres. Now apparently as we get nearer to the summit, and we've just started the walk, there's chains, steps to help assist the climb on the rockiest part. Ooh. During summer, the exposed rock can become extremely warm, making it slippery, while the rain can make the rock slippery as well. Today's weather though, perfect climbing conditions. Long before European settlement, the Gympie people were the first people of this land. The name Cooroora is believed to come from the meaning or the translation, a place of possums or place of many possums. Possums are viewed quite differently here in Australia compared to New Zealand. Possums here are native animals and they're treated as harmless and even cute. Ugh, they give me the creeps. Aren't they a pest?
Thanks guys. Good morning.
Whew! And over there is, I don't know which mount that is. I reached up for the chain and there was nothing there. High fitness and rock scrambling skills required. Viewpoint 20 metres. Oh wow. So that is, I don't know, have to Google that. There's a pointy one over there. Where's my phone? Is there even any reception? SOS, no reception. So Koran, Traviston is that way.
A bit difficult in 30 plus degrees.
I know.
What that noise is?
Oh my God. Oh. Wow, that could be interesting coming down. My legs are shaking. Holy. Oh wow, it's a cool view of that mountain now. Oh, God, everything's shaking. Arms, legs, good workout. Oh my God. Wow. Gosh, it's a bit steeper than Ben Braggie or the Firish Monument in Scotland.
This is actually double what the mount is. It's, steepness wise.
How many more metres to go, do you reckon? I don't even know if we're halfway up the steep climb yet. Don't pull me, just help me. Yep. This is really hard, actually. It's like moving those great big heavy long things in a cross workout. Holy fuck. Nearly there. I know I was talking about possums before. I'll get back to that when I get to the top. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, shivers. Whoa. Wow. I wish I recognised all those hills over there. There's a Bruce Highway down there. One of the guys mentioned on the climb up that once we get to the top is to keep walking across because it opens out into 3 60-degree views. I have to say my legs are shaking like crazy. My arms are shaking. That's what I call an anaerobic workout. Far out. That was quite hard. But very soon I'm going to stop for another drink of water, a banana and a trail mix snack. Boy, do I need it. You wouldn't want to climb this in the middle of summer. Oh, apparently the heat heats the rocks so much that they become quite slippery. And of course in the winter the rain makes the rocks slippery as well. Jeepers, when it said chains, I didn't realise it would be that difficult. You certainly need them. Look at this. Ow, it's a bit sharp.
You give me my glasses and my phone.
So as I was saying before, the name Cooroora means, or it's kabi kabi for place of possums or plenty of possums. Now apparently in Australia they're not considered as pests. In New Zealand they are though. Possums here are native animals and are seen as cute. I don't really know why. In New Zealand though, possums are actually a pest, and they are quite a big pest. Possums were introduced from Australia to New Zealand in the 1800s, I believe to create a fur trade. Sadly though, without natural predators, the possum population boomed into a problem rather than supporting the fur trade. Possums are destroying New Zealand's natural habitat and natural wildlife. It says here they feed on vegetation, birds' eggs and young chicks, threatening some of New Zealand's rarest native birds, including the kiwi. Unlike Australia, where possums belong naturally in the ecosystem, New Zealand treats them as an invasive species that damages the environment. So that's why I think of them as pests, because in New Zealand there is nothing that kills them. Whereas unlike Australia, nearly all the wildlife can kill you, can't it? Snakes, crocodiles, dingoes, sharks. Now you can imagine the peak of Mount Cooroora in Pomona here in the early 1800s and 1900s when the area was being settled. It would have been a landmark for the local farmers and timber getters. It's amazing what a bit of nutrition can do to replenish the spirits and the energy. Oh, there you are.
And what's it called, Mount what?
Mount Cooroora.
Mount Cooroora.
Mount Cooroora.
Cooroora.
So today Mount Cooroora remains one of the more prominent mountain peaks in the area here around Sunshine Coast and Sunshine Coast hinterland. Its steep volcanic cliffs, the difficult climb and the views from the summit here continue to attract hikers, photographers and people like me. The mountain has become a symbol for Pomona. The climb up Mount Cooroora is probably the most famous in the Sunshine Coast, due to the King of the Mountain hill races that started in, I think it was 1957 or 58. It was a race that was held annually and it involved New Zealand and Australia as competitors. Local railway porter Bruce Samuels climbed Mount Cooroora to cure a hangover. Can you imagine climbing or walking this hill after a hangover? Oh, I couldn't think of anything more worse. The first organised race was held in June 1959 and again a year later, and the race then disappeared for a few years before being revived by the Pomona Lions Club in 1979. Apparently somebody found an old trophy in a shed and that inspired somebody to start the King of the Mountain race again. It's quite a cool idea really. Throughout the 1980s, the event expanded into quite a major community event with billy cart races and thong throwing. Thongs, don't you mean jandals? In 1984, ultra marathon runner Cliff Young visited Pomona as a guest starter. After firing the starting race pistol, the 62-year-old then decided to continue and run the race himself. The women's competition also became highly competitive. The race was disrupted for a few years during COVID, of course. By 2024 though, sadly erosion and environmental concerns led to the King of the Mountain race being cancelled, sadly closing a chapter on one of Australia's most famous running events. Hair in my mouth. And everything that goes up must come down, right? So here goes the downward descent. I think I might put a hair tie in. That's better. Hair out of my face.
No, él dice que eso no le ayuda para nada.
Hi there.
Like Spider-Man.
Jesus. She's just paused, waiting. laces. Oh, well, the legs feel like jelly. Thank you so much for watching this video though. I do hope you enjoyed huffing and puffing and grunting with me up Mount Cooroora. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. One more hill to go. And now I think a Mother's Day coffee is definitely in order. Well, I perspired a bit more on that walk than I thought I would. I have to admit though, I thought it would be harder coming down, but it was actually easier coming down because I wasn't have to haul my body weight up those chains.